Today we're going to be installing some glue down flooring over concrete. The product we're going to be using is from Beckem Brothers. They're located here in Brantford, Ontario. So what I do is, first of all, I prep the floors. Make sure your floors are perfectly clean. Make sure that there's no little bumps or anything like that on there. Make sure it's smooth. If it's unlevel, get some self-leveler, level it out. Make sure that there's no, little paint, even like, paint drops, scrape that off, vacuum it up. So first of all is preparation. After you have everything all prepped, mark your first line where you're going to be starting. For me, you can't see it, it's off camera. It's right over there by the doorway. So I'm going to be applying this glue. You start over on the furthest side, work your way out of the room. You don't want to be climbing out of a window, I'm sure people have done it, but it's not ideal. So let's get to it. First of all, we're going to be starting right over here. Do yourself a nice big clog. Boom. That there will pretty much do this whole entire room. This is a fairly small room, it's only about, roughly about 100 square feet, 10 by 10-ish. So I'm gonna work it like this. So first of all, I like to get my corners. Now, make sure it's an even coat. You don't want globs of this glue anywhere. Because yet again, you'll have an uneven floor. Come a little ways, go back over it. So now that I've waited for this glue to dry up, now it's good to the touch. You can touch it, it's tacky, doesn't stick to your fingers. This second line here, this line there, that's my line. I was gonna do this line, but I decided to go with that line instead. That line's all the way across right here. Now that there is my starting line. Now as you see, I started putting on my first couple pieces. So I got 3 pieces on now. I'm following this line. This one here is just to help me make sure that's nice and straight. So it's following my line all the way down. Now continue laying your flooring. To lay the flooring, everything you need is right here. You're gonna need a speed square, you're gonna need your tape measure, a pencil, a knife, and a mallet. So when you're laying your flooring, make sure you don't make a pattern. It's better just to do random pieces, because at the end of the job, it will look better when you don't have a pattern. When you have a pattern, it is very noticeable. So when you're laying the flooring, so first things first, when you're doing your edges, your last piece, just kind of go like this, bring it up to your wall, drop it down, make a mark. I go about 1/8 bigger, that way I can get underneath that drywall there. Now to cut this stuff, it is very simple, very easy. Just take your square, bring it on there. Go like that, mark it, making sure not to cut that. If you're worried about cutting this, grab a scrap piece, throw it underneath there, that way you're not cutting it. I know what I'm doing, I'm not cutting that. Just grab that, snap it off, boom. Now your cut in is gonna go to the wall. So what you do is you line up this corner here and that corner there, bring that in, nice and tight, that's nice and tight, and now I'm pushing in this way, tucking this underneath there slightly. And there you go. Then you go on to your next piece, bring that corner nice and tight, lay it down, push it in, there you go. Again, let's do the same thing we just did last time. Come over, bring it on the wall, drop it. Make a mark a little bit bigger than what it is. Grab your speed square, boom, 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 and there you go. So everything everything's very sticky, you can grab your mallet, give it a little tap if something's a little loose. So that was my cut end, that's my good end. Put that in here. Oh, my seams are lining up. I don't want that. How about let's go to a Foley. Now Foley, no, I did a Foley. Let's go to this one right here. Boom. So I'm always being random. I'm never trying to do a pattern. Now your cutoffs you can always use for down there or whatnot. So let's see, this one here is my scrap piece. I can use it for down here if I like, or I can use it coming back this way, which I also might do. What I'll do sometimes is I'll put a little mark here, so that way I know that this is the wall side, this is my factory edge. So I'll scrap a new piece here, put it on the wall, drop it, make it a little bigger. Square. Flip it around. Your cut end's always at the wall. You always want factory, maybe at the factory. Now it doesn't matter if I go left to right or right to left. It doesn't matter at all, just as long as you're looking down, your seams aren't matching up. That's what really matters, you know? That's my cut end, put that there. You know, some people just prefer going one way toward another. You know, this is not like snap together flooring where you have to go one way or you have to go the other. You know, it's like this one here, boom. I can use this one, put the next one, perfect. Now we're back over this side. Same thing as before. Bring it up to your wall, drop it. Make it a little bit bigger than what it is. Line your speed square up. Little mark. Boom. Miss me. That in. Flip it around. Bring this end down, down, down. Tuck it under, tuck it under. There we go. Nice and tight like a tiger. All right, now we're back on this side. Boom. Nice and tight. Down, 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 down. As you see, this stuff's very, very sticky, but it doesn't stick, it doesn't come off on your hand. So let's see, should I go with the full one? Yeah, that looks all right. Boom, boom, boom. Now we're back, and we can go to this one here. Bam. Grab a couple more. All right, back down, down, drop, mark. Cut. Now, when you're all done, there shouldn't be any gaps. If you have gaps, you did something wrong. Your key thing is your first two lines. The first couple lines set up the process for the whole rest of the room. It really does. If you screw that up, then your product will be messed up at the end. So just keep an eye on that. Make sure your first line is perfectly straight. And then after that, it's so easy. Everything just kind of comes together very easily. You know, you don't have to click anything. You just gotta match up everything, make sure everything's all nice. Let's go. Oh, back on this side. Already started here. pieces out of this. So make sure that the roll cut ends over here. You're going to cut it off. Factory edge over the wall. Again, corner always first. Sets up everything. Fully. Almost ready for a new box. This stuff does go pretty far, you know, like each one of these boxes is 48 square feet. Alright, time for another box. Alright, there we go. Down here. Getting old, you know, 40 years old. Don't move around like I used to, I tell you. Young at heart, though, right? In construction most of my life. Now, the last row is where you might start having problems, but I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so now we're going to do this last row. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece you're going to use. Now, I don't want this full one, so you're going to use this partial one here so my lines don't line up. So now you want to line this one up where you're going to put it and line it up on top of this one here. Now you did that. Now you can grab another one of these, put it right up against the wall, like so. Like that. Now you can mark it. Or you can just go, instead of marking it, you can actually take your knife, run alongside the flooring there, just like so. Okay, now it'll just snap like that, bend it over, bend it back, and there you go. And this is your, now this will be your first piece. Making sure everything's nice and tight. Oh yeah. Now, next piece. Alright. Same thing as before, just kind of against line that up like that. Now, so now all I'm going to do is mark this like so. Now, this over here kind of tucks up underneath that. All I'm going to do, I'm just going to follow this line out, and it should work out fine. Oh, I'm good. So good. All right, one over here. Now I don't want to waste this scrap because it is wide enough, so let's give it a use. I don't want to waste. So in this instance, we can't do the same method as last time. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I need to cut it. So I want that. My factor is over there. We're going to cut this to length. Now we're just going to measure this to 7/8. Where does this foam come from? Oh, fuck. I'm gluing my fucking fingers. So it's going to be 3 on this side. And 7/8 on this right here. Now that's all done. All I have to do now is flip it around and finish off my last row on the door side. All right, so again, wall side, factory edge. Now we're gonna bring this over. Just gonna mark our frame here, right there, right there. Perfect. Now I can draw those lines, I can draw these lines down now. It's only gonna be about an inch or so. Now look at this measurement. So we're going to be 5 3/8. Go 5 and a half. So go 5 and a half there. It's 5 3/8, but I like to go a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit underneath that drywall. So we'll go 5 and a half. Mark that off. Now we need this measurement frame. So 5 and a half, tight. Oh, no, I mean, not 5 and a half, tight. 5, tight. So. All right, and since this comes over and stuff, I'm going to do a lot of these cuts outside with my grinder. Okay, now that that's done, got my profile here. Now this is going to fit perfectly right in like that. Make sure it's tight. Good to go. Now I can open the door and have access over there. Let's grab a piece of these. All right, same thing's going on again. Gotta get up and around this door frame here. Just gonna butt that up there. Mark that door frame. So when I made this line, when I drew my first line out, I made it so I didn't have to cut right here. You know, less waste is always better. So I always kind of go like that, know where I'm going to be ending here, so that way I get 2 measurements. All right, so we're at 5 1/16, and we're at 5 1/16, so it's perfect. So now we're here. Let's go 5 1/16. You want to be nice and tight up against here. No room to tuck under. So we're going to make sure we're nice and tight. Be a straight edge piece of flooring always works. Thank you very much. I tried. Yeah, it's a nice color, eh?
Nice color and it's easy to take care of.
Oh, very easy.
And that's what I need.
Yeah.
Just-
Whatever makes your job easier.
Yeah, whatever, I like, less is best.
Yeah, work smart, not hard, that's what they say. Or KISS, keep it simple.
Okay, this is full. Hey, I need your help. On to the next one. Good morning, James. Holy shucks, no. Right there. Tie it up, if there's a guy that's here, I'll meet you. No, I'm pretty sure that put that right in there and I'll tie it. And then we need 2 large bags. One for this garbage right here, and one for the garbage that you're ready to pick up.
Do you remember what size they are?
Yeah, large. 14.
What you were like 50?
14 large bags.
These two of them?
Yeah, one for this garbage, and one for the other one at the front. Thanks, James.
And there you go. The room is complete. After you clean up your room, you know, go around just making sure everything's all nice and you know, you don't have no lips or nothing. I did that as I'm going. I use my hands, I feel, but then around the outside, you can always tap it down, make sure everything's adhered. But go ahead, try yourself. I'm sure you'll do well. Now it's all done. All right.